Just a little while ago, we watched CPD, the Columbia Police Department, tape off this area outside the Walmart on Garners Ferry Road. Right before show started, we put this thermometer inside the car. It was reading about 75 degrees when we put it in there, and as you can see right now, we're at about 100. If you follow me, I'll show you a few of the items, give you an idea of what we've got. Drinking 8 glasses of water a day is a myth that you can throw out. You can see that the roads are wet. Has quickly won the hearts of all his teammates, and once you meet him, I think you're gonna understand why. The new bins won't just increase the amount of recyclable items collected, they'll also help the city's bottom line. Officers were trying to serve a warrant here at Byron Road Apartments. In fact, if you look at her door right here, that line right there, that is how high the water can reach when there's flooding and rain in the area. We actually spent the night, like you said, inside Pearls, watching these First in the South results roll in. The condition of the victims in those incidents is currently unknown. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers. Live in the newsroom, Beth Rousseau, ABC Columbia News. Protesters were out here in full force again this afternoon, but with the bill being passed in Senate and heading on to the House, those in favor of keeping the flag on State House grounds say they feel a renewed sense of frustration, while those asking that the flag be removed tell me this is one small step towards unity.
Take down the flag! Take down the flag!
Thousands flocking to the Capitol, continuing the fight over the Confederate flag.
It was not put on the dome in defiance of desegregation.
Some arguing heritage.
It's an emblem of honor to the men who died for it.
While others are insisting hate.
Immediately when you say the Confederate flag, you think about white men doing terrible things to American citizens.
Bring it down!
Outside the State House, no one is surprised by the bill's rapid passage in the Senate, but pro-flag ralliers can't stifle their disappointment.
You know, it may not represent everybody that lives in South Carolina, but it represents South Carolina history.
But anti-flag activists are inspired by the bill's progress and say it's a small step forward for South Carolina.
It's time for this to go. If we can't do anything else, we can't bring back those 9 people, but we can remove this symbol.
With the legislation now in the hands of the House, both sides anxiously await the decision they say could make or maintain history. Now, I have been out here for the past couple days speaking with members on both sides of this debate, and they all assure me that they will be out here protesting and debating and rallying until a final decision has been made. For now, live outside the State House, Beth Rousseau, ABC Columbia News. Hey guys, as you can tell from the scene behind me, there aren't many people braving these cold water temperatures just yet. But as things start heating up and people do head out to the river, Columbia Fire Department says that there's increased risk and the increased need for rescues, which is why they spent today prepping new personnel. 24 trainees from the Irmo, Columbia, and West Columbia Fire Departments taking to the water, learning tips and techniques for rescuing rivergoers in danger.
Swim, swim, up and over, up and over, up and over.
We don't have time. Once we're in the water, or if we have somebody in the water, we don't have time to really plan and come up with stuff.
Preparation that's essential, as departments say they're seeing a steady increase in the number of rescues, responding between 50 to 60 times a year.
Nice work.
You could slip and fall. The rocks are very slippery. People think that they're good swimmers. They fall, slip on a rock, and then they end up hitting their head, and they can't save themselves.
Jason Cruzen with the Columbia Fire Department says October's flood creates a new concern, making the ever-changing river even less predictable.
The cut of the river is different. The river is wider in portions, so that changes the dynamic of the flows. It tends to make it a little more smoother, so there's not as many rapids, but then in other areas there may be rapids where there weren't.
The 3-day multi-part program has drills designed to prepare firefighters for these and any other challenges that could crop up.
Let the water bring you down. If you want to conserve your energy, you need a hard swim, okay?
Leaving them better equipped to help while staying safe.
A lot of times rescuers themselves become victims and unfortunately sometimes die trying to rescue others.
Now, firefighters say you can help prevent these situations by taking some precautions before you head out on the river. One thing they're really urging all residents to do is to be aware of changing water levels. If you go ahead and look down at the water moving past my feet, there's a pretty swift current going on right now, and that can change as water levels fluctuate. It can make for a really dangerous situation when you're out on the river. They also want everyone to have the proper flotation devices so that you have a nice, relaxing day on the river. Live at Riverwalk, Beth Russo, ABC Columbia News.